Clavicular, who I'm already sick of hearing about, decided that he would do a Kick interview with one of his biggest pay pigs, who has given over 2,000 subs, which is $10,000 on Kick. And so they did a little Discord call, and this is how that went. Okay.
Going on, man?
Hey,
Um, what can I help you with? You want to start looks maxing?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say that.
So, how. First question, do you want to start looks maxing? Now, I don't know if you know this Clavicular, but this person who has given you $10,000 appears to live in a Ukrainian jail cell. I don't know how to state this nicely. This man needs to first tidy his room. Now, that might not have been the first thing you've noticed about this guy, this gentleman that's calling Clavicular. You might have noticed instead the abundance of Pepsi. Now, if this guy had not given Clavicular $10,000, I would be completely and totally convinced that this was a joke being played on Clavicular. But this guy has given him $10,000, so this would be a very expensive joke for somebody who lives in a room that looks like a Ukrainian jail cell. If you're only listening, I want to paint the scene here for you. Mattress, which is either uncovered or has a cover on that's so dirty it looks like it's an uncovered mattress. 1960s wooden nightstand, abstract shelf of junk above it. There is a flip switch, light switch, and then a door. This house looks like it was built in 1940. And then the walls outside of that are either barren or just have like hooks that are not used with this kind of yellow green tinge. And it's hard to tell. I think that what's happening is that the light is like a bright yellow and the walls are slightly off white, and it makes the room have this kind of murky green yellow haze to it. Then, sitting on the desk is a guy who looks seriously retarded. And in front of him is a stack of Pepsi cans, regular Pepsi cans, that are 2 cans high, meticulously organized. In some spots, they're 3 cans high. I would estimate there's at least 100 cans of Pepsi on his desk, organized in this way. There's a square that perfectly fits on his nightstand, and then there's an L-shaped Tetris block of Pepsi cans, 2 or 3 tiers high. He is called into Clavicular, who is in a immaculate-looking office. It looks boring, but it looks like an office. And Clavicular looks like Clavicular. Looks like a fit guy, and he's trying to have this conversation not be absolutely humiliating. Let's see how it goes.
That the best place to start would be
Your
with
room.
some sort of dental work, right? You've got a little. I can't really see from this far away, but if you want to show me a little bit closer, we're either looking at some sort of dental gap between your front teeth or a missing tooth. So you're gonna have to tell me which it is.
He's drinking Pepsi as Clavicular says this about his teeth. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how the manosphere works, they like to use a term called mogged. And they especially like to use this in the context of two men sitting next to each other. So if you have someone like Clavicular, and then someone stands next to him, and he's more buff, he's taller, more handsome, that's called getting mogged. So this can happen in more narrow categories. You can be height mogged, you can be frame mogged, you can be posture mogged, you can be muscle mogged. Basically, when you look inadequate next to another man, you're mogged. And as we sit here beholding these two individuals, there's only one thing that you can say about Clavicular here, and that is this man is fully Pepsi mogged. His Pepsi collection is absolutely inadequate. His room, boring, dull, looks like it was arranged by a woman who was paid $50 to go pick up some shit at Hobby Lobby. And there's no love or passion anywhere near him. Whereas this man has surrounded himself by something that brings him such joy. And Clav just looks silly next to this. So he is fully Pepsi mogged here. He cannot be denied.
Which is it? The first? Is it a missing tooth?
On top. The Pepsi Chad refuses to answer his question because apparently he notices that he is Pepsi mogging him and has decided to press Clav on his lack of Pepsi. He's now dangling a Pepsi can in front of his face, causing Clav to realize that he is being made fun of and that his Pepsi is lacking. Clav is speechless.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to react to this.
Okay. All right. Well,
The
fair
Pepsi
enough.
Chad is sipping his Pepsi while nodding in response. He refuses to use words to communicate with someone so Pepsi-less.
I appreciate you tuning in.
Clavicular is stunned
So,
into silence.
Thanks,
There's
man.
not a,
Hopefully, you get that situated, and keep up with the looks maxing, my guy.
he's now shaking his Pepsi can again
Good
in
stuff.
waves.
All right, take care, Delmo.
Delmo the Pepsi CEO. His name is Delmo the Pepsi CEO.